You want me to put that on my todger?
"12 Inches of Desperation." Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. I know the title sounds like some kind of bizarre porn movie, but it isn't. And you'll be delighted to know that it isn't paying any excessive compliment to how hung Harry is, and that we're not going to revisit his todger, so you can relax in that regard. Most of the world, of course, accords in metric, but 12 inches is a useful identifier for many things. For instance, it's the length of a long school ruler. It's actually the length of a 2-litre Coke bottle. It would be the length of 12 US quarters, placed side by side, or 2 US dollar notes, 3 regular toilet paper rolls, or otherwise known as the bench. It's 1.5 bricks, 7 golf balls, 4 baseballs, and 2 Apple iPhone XRs. It's 8 table tennis balls, and a king-size submarine sandwich. All of those add up to a delicious 12 inches in some shape or form. But we're not dealing with tennis balls or subways. We're dealing with something else altogether that is 12 inches, but smacks of desperation. It is, of course, another PR puff piece courtesy of the Duchess of Desperation. It comes courtesy of, and the wheel of PR puffery has been spun, and it's landed on People this time. Gillian Telling has had to rustle up an article which declares hot spot, all about the Monty Shitshow pizza place beloved by Prince Harry and Harry's wife. Ah, yes. People eat every day, aside from some unfortunates in famine areas. Nevertheless, most people get their 3 square meals a day, and that doesn't need to find its way into the headlines. But for Harry's wife, it's necessary for her to spunk some of that diminishing money on yet more PR puff pieces to tell us all about what she's up to. Apparently, on any given weeknight, a pizza takeout order from Bettina at the Monty Shitshow Country Mart in California could be for Prince Harry and Harry's wife, who, like many of the area's locals, are fans of the restaurant. Well, how about that? Quite the revelation. The hot spot, which is the brainchild of husband and wife team Brendan Smith and Rachel Greenspan. Yeah. Imagine that. Hey, let's open a pizza takeaway. Nobody's done that before. Major brainchild. Has become one of the most popular casual restaurants in town, offering Neapolitan-style pizzas on naturally leavened sourdough crust, along with offerings like pasta. Who'd have thought that? Absolute genius, putting pasta and pizza together. Give them some kind of food award. But also, award one to Harry's wife. She likes meaningless awards. Brendan had been running the bread program at Roberta's in Brooklyn, and I was in food sales, working with restaurants like Per Se and 11 Madison Park in Manhattan. Greenspan tells people of their origin story. Origin story! This isn't fucking Marvel Universe or DC or something like that. Your origin story, just background will do. Background, that's what it was. You're not in a film. Fuck me. The couple left New York City in 2014, decamping for the Santa Barbara area. 4 years later, Bettina opened their doors in October 2018 with a focus on the same style of pizza dough that Smith had made at Roberta's. Well, how about that? Absolutely fascinating. Brendan's focus has always been sourdough bread, so that it is essentially the foundation of the restaurant. All of our pizza and bread dough is naturally leavened sourdough. resulting in a super chewy and delicious flavour, said Greenspan. Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing that. I feel much enlightened. The rest of the ingredients used are local. We strive. Do you? How do you strive, though? Show me you striving. It's a little bit like people go, I'm passionate about. Ugh. We strive to source all of our produce and fruit from local farmers. What do you mean? Pick up the telephone and go, oh, hello, local producer. I would like some basil. And then keep a focus on ensuring our other ingredients like flour, tomato sauce and cured meats are domestic. Everything else is made in-house, with care and a focus on keeping everything simple so the ingredients shine, Greenspan says. So accordingly, they just do what everybody else does in terms of purchasing their ingredients from someone nearby, as often as they can. Since opening, they've had plenty of bold-faced names as patrons. Bold-faced name? From Catherine Reitman and her husband Felix Sternberg to Harry's wife, who has dined inside with friends. Gosh, isn't she amazing? What a talented woman. She moves one foot in front of the other, goes through a doorway, sits down, and is able to order food. She's just so impressive. If only we could all be like her, the world would be such a better place, wouldn't it? But Greenspan says it's also just a great spot for families and for date nights. In other words, it's a great place for people who want to eat out. We definitely get a mix of locals and tourists, Greenspan says. Some guests, of course, simply come in for a glass of wine at the bar. Our wine list is a wide mix of both local and European wines. Okay. So sorry, Australia, you don't get a look in. And neither does South America. And we consciously strive. Oh, so before he was just striving, presumably subconsciously, but now he's consciously striving. Even more impressive. Can you strive without thinking about it? If you can, well done. But if you consciously strive, that's perhaps even more impressive. And we consciously strive to source wines that are natural, biodynamic, or organic. Right. As opposed to what? Greenspan says, adding, it's truly great for everyone. We open for dinner early and get a ton of families right off the bat. Good for you. Later in the evening, the mood usually shifts to a more adults-only scene. Aha! Now we're getting down to brass tacks. This is what it's all about with this pizza place. Nothing to do with the pizzas. It's BDSM and people swinging from a trapeze and getting into every orifice-filling action that they can. Okay, let's find out more about that. Greenspan says, by nightfall, the lights go dim, and our space is filled with groups of friends celebrating special occasions or couples out for a date night. Is that it? You said it was adults only. That's very disappointing. You could imagine, actually, that would be the reason that Harry's wife would turn up, hunting down some more prey. I hear it's adults-only night. I'm here to suck a golf ball through 40 feet of hosepipe. She adds that they are grateful for the Monty Shit Show community, who remain devoted to keeping the spot thriving during tough times. We have an amazing community of regulars who kept our doors open through COVID and continue to come weekly to support us, she says. Well, there we are. An advertisement for a restaurant, which of course is connected to Harry's wife because she is amazing and she is able to eat pizza or perhaps eating pasta and she goes there. And you really needed to know all of that. The pizzas, of course, come in 12 inches. Possibly also a smaller size, but we'll go with the standard 12-inch, and you've just experienced 12 inches of desperation. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.